what that told me was this. This book may not be for you, but it may be for somebody, okay? So she did run out of these books, but she did say that she wanted to let people know that you can get these books online. So I wanted to give you guys the website to actually get this book for yourself, okay? So the website is this, so write it down. Growing Out of Darkness. So literally, the name of the book. Growing Out of Darkness. Oh! It was like the name of the website is Growing Out of Darkness. Right? So it's growingoutofdarkness.org. Okay? .org. O-R-G. Alrighty? Cool. So once again, this book may not be for you, but it's for somebody. You may sit down with somebody that you never would have expected to ever hand this book to have it in your wallet or purse or whatever it is. It's powerful. So, with that being said, I'm going to introduce our next speaker, okay? This next speaker always has a smile on her face. She is always on. Always on. And it's amazing. Not only is she always on, but she's always on TV for some of you. I found that out recently. She's been featured on CNN 2020. And have you guys heard of a show, a show called Hannibal? You guys heard of that? She's been featured on that too. Interviewed on that. So honestly, this woman is so beautiful, like outside and in, and it's so great to be actually connected to her. And not only that, do you guys use LinkedIn at all?
Yes.
This woman is actually considered on LinkedIn, by LinkedIn, as the #1 most connected person on LinkedIn. Wow, right? So I'm super pumped to bring up this next person who's always on, and I always have to say she's always on because her name is Andrea Adams-Miller.
I went to bed last evening, feeling blue as I could be. I couldn't sleep last evening, 'cause what was worrying me? You see, the tears I wasted would surely fill the deep blue sea. I'm not the first on Erik's list. I've never been missed. I wish I had a dime for every gal he's kissed. I swear I'd be a millionaire, and yet I wouldn't care as long as I could get my share.
Nice! Nice!
You got it, baby!
I've known Erik for, I think it's 2007, so we've known each other for a lot of years, had a lot of fun, and we've grown so much and met so many people. It's really, really fun. So one of the things that I want to share to you is I want you guys to be super busy on taking notes because I want to give you a ton of value in a very short time. So the very first thing is I want you to think back in time. It is your 5th birthday. Close your eyes, they have the cake coming, and they say to you, happy birthday. And then they tell you, open your eyes and make a wish, right? But what did they tell you about that wish? What are you not allowed to do with it?
Tell anybody.
Tell anybody. Do you know why your parents tell you that? So they're not responsible for what you wish for. See, your parents lied to you. I mean, from day one. But it's reasonable because Mina, you wanted a pony. And her mom and dad didn't want to buy a pony and have to clean up pony poop and all the things that come with the pony, because that's a lot of responsibility. So if they never know her wish and it's never put out loud, then they can just give her a Barbie or a G.I. Joe or whatever she's looking for, right? Well, it's time for you guys to know that you can let go of that myth of the past of what your parents have been telling you when you make your wish today and you tell people what you want and desire. You're more likely to manifest it. Plus, you have everybody else in the room, in your life, in your world, in social media, ready to help you manifest what it is that you desire most. So the very first thing I want you to think about when you think about what you want in your world is I want us to do what I call digging for gold. Each one of you, inside of you, has this amazing ability that maybe you never even considered how cool you are because we take it for granted because it's our stuff. But I want you to think about what's the gold in you. Have you spoke somewhere? Have you taken a class? Oh wait, maybe just a Habitude Warrior conference. That could be written down on your resume or your CV of what you're doing. That's part of your goal. So what you do is you take something like that. So each one of you who was here, you start writing these things down on paper first, or on your phone, or on a tablet, or a laptop. You write down the different speakers that you heard. You write down little notes that you heard of each one, and then make a little article, or a little blog, or even just a little meme, or a little whatever, something small, into a little post anywhere. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, whatever your action is that you're going to take. If you can do them all, awesome. If you just pick one, just start with that. And you put that on there, and then you cross-tag the people that you heard speak. You can actually cross-tag a lot of us, and we're not going to mind at all, because what did you just do for us? Free publicity for all of us, cross-referencing what we do. One of the reasons that Erik does so well is he brings a multitude of people who love on each other and create that outreach. Now, Erik may have noticed that I didn't put up much lately. I actually was blocked by Facebook because I was posting too much, so I wasn't able to tell people about this conference, so I can all brag like usual. But when you do that, it allows you the credibility and authority, because you say, I went to this training, this is what I learned. I can't wait to take what I have learned and implement it into what I'm doing with you. Whether you're a plumber, whether you're a waitress, whether you're a realtor, a financial person, whatever you do, when you learn stuff here, you take it into your world and apply it to your clients. Now they really want to work with you. You say, I got something hot that I can't wait to implement what I do for you. And they're super excited. So let me give you a little way to help you remember that. Whenever I meet someone with less publicity than I, let's face it, who doesn't have less social media than I, my tender heart tends to start to bleed. So when someone needs a social media makeover, I simply have to take over, because I know exactly what you need. And even in your case, Raj, and it's the difficult case I've ever had to face, I guarantee you will succeed if you follow my lead. We'll make him popular. It's all about popular. It's about who you know and where you go and whether you post it or not. So let's all get you popular, okay? So thank you for the early clapping, and I forgot where I was singing. Yeah, I have Ph.D, and that adds to my energy and fun. All right, so when you're doing that, so when you're talking about your social media posting, I want you all right now, since a lot of you have pen and paper, a lot of you have phones, I want you to have my phone number so you can reach out to me. We're going to create a little follow-up from this, because I want you to be able to take the tips and information that I provided today so that you can cross-post this for Erik and for all the speakers here. I'm 419-722-6931. 419-722-6931. Now that's great that you wrote it down, but one of the most important things in business is that you take action and that you implement it. Yes. So I need a vow promise from you guys that you're immediately going to do this, either right now while I'm talking or immediately after you're done taking notes. Because if you wait, what happens is that follow-up doesn't happen, then you don't get the information you need, you don't incorporate it into your world, you don't get more clients. That's what happens all the time. It's the number one thing that people set themselves back, is the lack of follow-up. The thing is that you heard Steve, everyone wants to hear from you. This fear that we have, Steve already removed it from all you guys over here at the Hypnosis Show. If you weren't here, then talk to Steve and we'll just get it all removed for the rest of you. So that way you step out and reach out to people, because you have a service that matters. Your message matters, and people need to hear it, and they want to hear it. And if you do it in such a way where you build a relationship and then offer it to them, it's not selling them anything. It's giving them a gift of what they need to be able to excel in their life. Now there's another really fun way that we can really make our lives amazing, and that's through the energy of keep smiling. So earlier, I had some of you coming back and taking pictures. So by the end of today, I don't want any of you to leave without me having a picture of you holding a keep smiling card. And this is what we're doing for you. I am the executive director of the Keep Smiling movement. We go all over the world. We have the cards in 24 different languages, and we take pictures of all people, especially movers and shakers and influencers and entrepreneurs and people just like you. And then we're going to put you in St. Louis in a St. Louis Habitude Warrior book, so that you guys can cross-reference and see who was here, find out what industry you're in. Because what we do is when you see who everybody else is, who stood up and was here, and then you start hanging out with those movers and shakers, you guys change the course and the dynamics and the trajectory of your business by doing that. So this is an opportunity for you guys to be a community of support, because as entrepreneurs know, and I know this, I was an only child, lonely child. And the only way that I ever got anywhere else in my life was books. My mom would take me to the library, and we'd get these huge stacks of books, and I'd come home, and I'd lay down on my bed, right like this, and I'd pop open the books and read them cover to cover. And I learned so many worlds and so many people and so many cultures, and I learned love and acceptance. So when it came to the time later in my life where I learned that philanthropy was a really great way for me to have a connection with people and a way for me to step up and to be loved and to be seen. And then I met my business partner, Ken Rashawn. He's a celebrity event photographer. He's one of my clients. And we go all over the world taking these pictures. So we met this gentleman named Barry Shore, who originally had the Keep Smiling card. And we actually, if you want cards to pass out on your own, we provide those for free. So you can take that same phone number and reach out to me. And we give the cards to people to give them energy and to show them how much love and acceptance that if they keep smiling, they can make it through. By the way, there's scientific evidence for this. I've been doing meta-analysis studies, and we presented at the World Congress of Brain Mapping and at a Tesla Tech and another energy conference. Our bodies, our systems are based on toroidal energy. Toroidal energy is the same energy that the earth has its axis and how it spins. And just like our bodies can get off kilter, if we can get right back in and grounded in with what the earth has for us, if we can get the correct, serotonin and dopamine and oxytocin and endorphins to click us into gear, then we actually can show that people have more health, happiness, and endurance and satisfaction in their lives. The World Health Organization considers happiness as one of the most important outcomes in the world. And 156 countries support this and are studying it. In fact, it's called the happiness economy. And each one of you have the opportunity to change the economy in your life and for the world by exuding happiness. And if you don't feel happiness internally, you can create it internally by just smiling. They found that if you fake the Duchenne smile, you can create that. What?
Everyone smiles in the same language.
Everyone smiles in the same language. Thank you very much for that. And it's true. It's the universal expression of love and acceptance. All right, so when you're smiling, by the way, we've done other studies and other research, when you smile at a customer and when your LinkedIn profile and your Facebook profile show you with a smile, more people want to be engaged with you, more people are likely to do business with you, more people are likely to invest in what you have to offer based on who you are showing up as, a friendly, wonderful face. By the way, I started in law enforcement. I worked in corrections and at the police department as a dispatcher. I taught sexually violent crime investigation and criminal justice and was trained in forensic profiling. Smiles and how you present yourself in the world change the demeanor of other people's experience of you. All right, so I told you about this man named Barry Shore who had the Keep Smiling cards. He was a man who was a quadriplegic. One day woke up perfectly fine, by nightfall, complete quadriplegic. His rabbi gave him a card that said smile. So over the course of 4 years, he kind of was not feeling so hot. And he took that card and he thought, if I change myself and start smiling at everyone, maybe I can change my external environment. And he did. He had vendors come, like the Pepsi guy coming to see him, and other people's patients from other wards coming to see him. So then he thought, well, maybe I can overcome this autoimmune disorder I have that may be a quadriplegic if I took that smile and internalized it. So he did, and 4 years later, he is ambulatory, he walks extremely gated with a personal assistant 12 hours a day, his hands are gnarled, man is filled with joy and happiness because he changed his external, internal world with a smile. This is a gift that I can give to all of you. Then I want to extend that to anyone who would like to participate in the book. There's no cost to you. It's all that we're doing. We're a legal entity nonprofit now, 501(c) and 509A, the same as a church, school, or a hospital. And that's what we can provide for you, is this opportunity to cross each other, cross-pollinate the world that you're in, both locally and globally. We have Quincy Jones, Matthew McConaughey, really awesome people like that. All right, so I want to make sure that you have more takeaways today. So I live a life that's called living red. So red, did you notice why? Okay, it's to the red carpet actually. Red stands for relevance, enthusiasm, and delivery. And when you lead with all three in your business, you hit your target market every time. Relevance, enthusiasm, and delivery. You heard about delivery with customer service with the beautiful woman before me, right? You've been hearing all about enthusiasm. You've been hearing about leadership and wonderful things that you do. There's another reason for that. I told you I was in law enforcement. In law enforcement, I was the first girl to ever pass at my police officer training with the shooting, and the first person to ever get 100%. So when it talks to hitting your target mark, I know what I'm talking about. So, by the way, there's a whole bunch of really cool stuff I do. I work for the gurus, who are the mentors to the gurus that you guys have been talking about. I work for the men who wrote Les Brown's talks and worked with Brian Tracy and worked with all of those amazing, Dean Graziosi and all of those people. That's who I work with. So I invite you to get to know me because I want a real relationship here. I want to know who you are so I can give you the skills and stool sets. I love stool sets to be able to be where you are. So I'm out of town. I'm out of time. So I'm going to end with a song here because it's important, and we'll follow up with giving you all more. I'll reach out to you. We'll do a webinar, a teleseminar. So suddenly